Welcome to LGBTQ plus 101. We all have heard terms and labels about this community. Some might be confusing and complex, but we have all been there. Hello, we are here to educate you about the basic terminologies about the LGBTQ plus community. To start off, have you heard the word SOGI, which is short for Sexual Orientation, Gender Identity, and Expression? Let's start with sexual orientation. It is defined by who you are emotionally or sexually attracted to. Examples of this are homosexual, when you are attracted to the same gender, or heterosexual, when you are attracted to the opposite gender.
Next is gender identity. Gender identity is our personal sense of our own gender. Example of this is cisgender. This is when we identify with the gender we are born with, or transgender is when individuals do not confirm with the gender they are both with, hence transgender.
And lastly, gender expression. From the terms itself, this is defined in how we perceive and express ourselves and how we choose the world to see us. Gender expression can be shown in different ways like how we dress ourselves or how we act or have certain mannerism. Examples of this are masculine, feminine, androgyny, which identifies either masculine or feminine or gender fluid, which constantly change.
Sexuality is a spectrum. Sexual identities are complex and diverse. It shouldn't be strictly classified into two. Sexuality, as we know, it is constantly changing and evolving. Gender is something that has different forms and identities. Sexuality should not be limited to only your biological sex.
To understand more about gender and sexuality, let's know more about the LGBT flag. As the quintessential term that represents a community, its history has more depth that mostly no one knows. The first rainbow flag was designed by artist and drag queen Gilbert Baker. He was urged by Harvey Milk, who was the first openly gay official.
Gilbert Baker's reason for creating the flag was the representation and visibility of the community. In that time, it was still a taboo for being a homosexual. Baker saw the rainbow as nature frowned from the sky, so he adopted 8 colors from it, each color with its own meaning. Hot pink for sex, red for life, orange for healing, yellow for sunlight, green for nature, turquoise for art, indigo for harmony, and lastly, violet for spirit.
As the community progresses, so do the symbols. Let's identify the different flags. Pansexual flag. Pink for women, blue for men, yellow for non-binary and gender non-conforming people. Asexual flag. Black represents asexuality, gray for gray sexuals and demisexual, purple represents community. Bisexual flag. The blue and the red represents attraction to the same gender and the opposite gender, while the purple is bisexuality, which is why it is overlapping and it's a combination.
It is important for us to be knowledgeable about gender sexuality and how it is important for a lot of people. Being uneducated about these topics may lead into certain issues, such as discrimination and oppression. It is also because of the heteronormative mindset the society brings us in. It also teaches us that heterosexuality is the only gender or the only normal gender that we should rethink. It instills us of feminine and masculine stereotypes.
Additionally, having the mindset that people should fit the feminine and masculine stereotypes lead to a lot of transphobia. Trans people identify as the opposing gender that they were assigned to by society, and so them transitioning into different gender, thus breaking the masculine or feminine stereotypes, lead to other people being confused, thus leading to transphobia.
This discrimination is no joke and can seriously hurt a lot of people. This could bring people to initiate violence towards the LGBTQ just because they don't see normal and is out of the box that the heteronormative society fits to.
This brings us to the reason on why the Soggy Bill is important. It protects the rights of all the people. It deems us to be inclusive to all people and gives rights to anyone and everyone.
Concludes our discussion on LGBTQ+. Although there are still a lot to discuss, these topics gives us some insights to the LGBTQ+ community. I hope you have gathered enough knowledge and better understanding about gender and sexuality. That is all, and thank you for listening.